But I think I'm done with bodybuilding. I think I'm over that. I'm stoked that I'm a part of it right now because you never know when you won't be. That's part of it. That's the big part of it. You never know when you won't be a part of it any longer. That's what life is all about. The fact that it ends. We are simply dust in the freaking wind. We are specks of infinitesimal nothingness. And I don't say that sadly. I don't say that to degrade what we are as human beings. We are human beings together, are we not? And we're here and we're feeling it. And that's pretty cool. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're doing, that's uniquely yours. And it is uniquely ours. I remember taking a NIA class, a dance movement class at the Y. And if you've never taken a NIA class, I really suggest you do neuromuscular integrative action, or I'm blowing it. Sorry, NIA. NIA started in Oregon in the same year I started in Oregon, 1983, which is kind of cool. And every time I've taken a NIA class, I've really, really appreciated it. Shout out to Val and all the other teachers at the Eugene Family Y who are representing NIA. It's blowing up. And one time when I took it, I think Kelly was the teacher, and she said something about the body versus your body. And that really got me thinking about what it means to be a human. Like, I have my body, my body is unique to you. And yet, the body is unique to none of us. It's our shared experience as humans for the most part. If we're lucky, we get the chance to move and wiggle and shake around and flibbaloo, we get to be able to do that stuff. And it's stuff that we can all do and all participate in and share. And that's why I really love exercising. That's why I love sharing movement patterns, because they're movement patterns that you get to do and I get to do, and I can help you learn them. You can help me learn about my body, the body that we share together. You get to help me learn just like I get to help you learn from that stuff. It's a work in progress for all of us. And I first got into this whole lifting weights, working out thing in high school, or maybe even middle school, through sports and stuff. I used to go to the gym with my early workout buds were Matt Salinas and Kyle Pratt. Shout out to my homies that I'd wake up early with and go to the gym with and get our grind on. We would grind at the gym, dog. Shout out to 24-hour fitness down in the freaking Wit. Oh man, I miss that place. I wish that was a freaking gym still. I loved that place because it's nice to have an alternative place to work out. And I am very thankful that I didn't go to the alternative place to work out when I had my episode last week. I don't have the same kind of community there as I do at the Y. And when I experienced my episode, I'm glad it was at the Y and it was around people I care about, because I went back to work yesterday for the first time in a week and a half or so, and people were happy to see me, and I and I felt the love. I felt that people cared about me, and I feel okay sharing with others there about it. And I don't feel the same way at West Coast Strength. There is a sense of community that I have there, but it's different. It's more of a broy gym. It's more of a bodybuilding gym, a weightlifter gym, and that's okay. But I think I'm done with bodybuilding. I think I'm over that. But I started, I started lifting weights for sports and like the bigger, stronger, faster stuff and the big three lifts. It's okay, Bubba. You're fine. Go on. She wants out. She says, "You're talking too much, Papa." And I loved that stuff. It was fun to see my bench go up, my squat go up, my power clean go up. And I still do some of those lifts. I still like those lifts in a way. I've never loved bench actually, and I've never loved back squats. Deadlifts I've grown to love more because The hinge is such an awesome movement. And so I'm happy to try that out sometimes, but they demand so much. They're so demanding. Demanding you will do this and you will use as much muscle as possible and you will tax your central nervous system to no end. And bodybuilding is great because it teaches you to push past your limits. It teaches you to get stronger. It teaches you to do more than you thought you could do. And I am so thankful for that. I grew up on Flex magazine. Flex was the shit. I read Flex so religiously almost. I had pictures of Ronnie Coleman and Gunther Schlierkamp up on my wall. I loved it. When I moved to Norway, I had the Flex magazine transferred to Norway. And then I wrote them a freaking letter. And they published that letter in the magazine. I was kind of bummed though because Brock Lesnar was on the cover, and I was like, "What?" Even though I liked wrestling, I grew up a big wrestling fan. Even though I loved it, I didn't want. I wanted a bodybuilder on the cover. I wanted like freaking Jay Cutler. I wanted Flex Wheeler. You know, I wanted Dexter Jackson on the cover, but I got Brock Lesnar. Whatever. And then I was so stoked when I read it. I still have it somewhere. The I forget what month and year it was. Maybe I lived in Norway my junior year in college, so that would have been 03, 04. So it would have been like July 04 or something like that. Nesting in Norway or something like that is what it was entitled, anyways. And I'm thankful for it. And yet, I think it has also done some bad things to me and my body and my mind over the years. For all the good things it's done, helped me push past my limits, continue to have a growth mindset. Do you know how empowering it is to have a goal and then accomplish that? It's huge. Do you know how cool it feels to say, I want my body to do this, and then it does that? It's amazing. Do you know how rad it is to be like, I want to have a bigger pecs? And then you're like doing some bench press and some inclines and you got bigger pecs. That's dope. It feels really good. And it's cool to know how to do that and to help people know how to do that and then implement that in their own lives. It's huge. But it also creates problems. Oh my gosh, I've got dysmorphia. I'm sure 90% of people who've been into bodybuilding have body dysmorphia at some form or another because we bust our butts literally and figuratively. And then when we look at those butts, we're like, yeah, oh, lame. I could have fuller glutes or whatever the frick. And it's bullshit. And it does bad things to our minds because there is this over dependence, this overemphasis on physical appearance and not just functionality. It's not called health building, it's called bodybuilding because you are building your body in a way that's probably not the best. It's probably not very good for you. And I know it's not good for you in ways. I mean, all the substances that people put in their bodies to make them look certain ways obviously are not good. And I'm just in the past few years realizing more and more how it can be harmful. And I'm not going to blame bodybuilding. I'm not going to blame it for my episode. I'm not going to go that far. That's not what I believe. But I do think that there are issues that it brings up that are not for the best, right? And so I've recently started to do a little bit. I bought some books by Pavel TS something. He's been on like Huberman and a bunch of other stuff. And he's got like a book called Beyond Bodybuilding that I just bought today. I'm excited for it to come in the mail. And he talks about method called greasing the groove, which is just fun to say, greasing the groove. Oh, yeah, priming the pump, greasing the groove, baby. That's what we're about. And it's about doing shorter regular workouts throughout the day. And having started working at the Y, I've already just kind of been doing that throughout the day one way or another. I'm helping people with their workouts. I'm modeling exercises. When I walk over to the bathroom, I'll bust out 5 pull-ups. You know what I mean? And it just feels great to be able to do that. I'm like, oh, I just get to work on my pull-ups. I just get to work on my lunges. I just get to work on my hinge. I get to help ladies squeeze their glutes. You know, like that's my job, is helping people learn how to feel their bodies. And it's awesome. And I get to talk about it in earnest with people who are trying to make their lives better. And if I looked at it from a bodybuilding perspective, then I don't think I would feel as I wouldn't feel as good about it. I wouldn't feel as fulfilled if I were just like, let's work on your delts, Deborah. Deborah and her delts. I wouldn't feel good about that. But I do feel good about helping you get stronger in your push. I do feel good about helping you learn how to hinge more. I do feel good about talking about the benefits of lunging appropriately. That makes me feel good, and it makes others feel good. Yesterday was my first day back at the gym, at the Wellness Center. Sorry, don't mean to call it the gym. It's not the gym, it's the Health and Wellness Center. And it felt really good. I'm gonna take it easier moving forward. I'm gonna have fewer clients, and I'm gonna be stricter with how much I do. And I'm excited to get back into a groove, God willing. Tomorrow I've got a doctor's appointment, and who knows what the neuros will tell me. I'm obviously, honestly nervous, and I don't know what will happen, but I am looking forward to gathering more information because it is important to know about our bodies and our health.